Hey BMW of Southpoint customers, it's Curtis Aldershoff, the general manager. Just wanted to do a quick follow-up to our earlier video. Couldn't video the whole thing as the repair took about an hour. Craig, let's talk a little bit about what else you did on today's repair.
So the next repair we did was the blower motor recall. There's several different repairs for this recall, depending on the condition of the wire. This is the worst case scenario. You can actually see the wires frayed. You have bare copper there. In extreme conditions, both of these are frayed and melted, and you have positive and negative wires exposed. This is for your blower motor controller. This is what regulates the speed of the blower motor. So if these things make contact, you would obviously have a dead short, which one could possibly cause the fuse to blow. Your blower motor wouldn't work. Or two, in a really worst case scenario, if there's any debris up under there where these contact and heated up, it could be a fire hazard. So that's why it's important to get this done. A lot of cases where there's no copper exposed like this one, we would just replace this harness and this blower motor controller. So that was the second repair. So
when we do that repair, just to kind of clarify, do they go to a heavier gauge wire? Was that what we do?
This repair one is we do what is called a long harness, and we basically replace this whole harness. We take the old one out of the vehicle from the fuse box itself. We put a new harness in that goes with this wire right here, will go right directly to the fuse box. It's a thicker gauge wire, and then this one right here goes to its own ground. So it is a whole new harness. The other one that is not exposed, if we do that one, it's called a short harness, and we just replace this connector.
Okay.
And it's got some heavier gauge wire in it as well.
So this was the longer of the repairs that we did today.
This is the worst case scenario in them.
Awesome. And what's the second repair that we did today?
Second repair is the PCV heater. It goes in the engine compartment, and it basically heats up any of the crankcase gases coming from the crankcase of the engine. It's an emissions component, and this particular one has a heater on it. And in extreme conditions, this will basically melt, and it can cause a thermal a fire. I've never seen one of the fire. We have had a few of them come into the dealership.
And they melt?
Where this melted and it caused an air leak. I think that would be the most common problem. You'd get a check engine light, the vehicle wouldn't run right. It might not even idle properly because there's such a vacuum leak. So that's worst case scenario. The majority of the ones I've ever done, we just replace them. There hasn't been any faults. So it's just an updated part we put on it.
And so tell customers how they would go about making a mobile service appointment.
You could call our BDC and just tell them you have a vehicle and you would just like to inquire about mobile service, and they would be able to direct you. We usually have one guy up there, Trey. He's the one that handles all our mobile appointments. So regardless of who you talk to, they should be able to either take your information or just put you directly in contact with Trey, and he would be able to tell you if your vehicle is eligible for mobile service or not.
Awesome. So just in closing today, real quick, I had to make an appointment to do a ride along with you, and you guys had a couple of rules for the ride along today, right?
We take this pretty seriously here.
So I'm just going to give Craig the rules. My one vice in life is hunting, so we'll see if Craig has a few rules for me today.
So the number one rule is no cussing, because this is a family dealership, so we don't want any of that stuff. No yelling, "What's up, dog?" Please refer to your driver as Mr. Craig. No nudity, which is a bonus. No drinking. No talk, comments, texting about hunting. Do not apply any camo stickers to the vehicle inside or out. I don't think those are BMW approved. No shooting from a moving vehicle. Whether at somebody or deer perhaps, which we didn't see any. Mr. Craig loves soft serve yogurt, hint hint, and have a great day. Awesome.
So those rules were pretty specific. One thing, when I did show up this morning knowing this would take over an hour, is that I did bring this along for a little reading, so everyone got a pretty good laugh out of that. Hey, light repair, heavy repair, come see us. BMW of Southpoint. Thanks for your business.